Hello, viewers, watchers. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the Connor and Aiden podcast. Our guest for today is...
Yo boy, Big Hermo.
Yeah,
just give the listeners an idea about you.
My name is Hermo. I'm the top micro in the game, and that's it because I'm him.
he is him.
I am him.
Yeah.
How would you guys describe me?
Oh, how would we describe you? Oh, he's asking the questions today, I guess.
Nice to be around.
Brown, black hair. Oh, wait, you mean like personality-wise?
No, that's fine.
Oh, I thought we were like... Oh, I was going to say like beard, okay, I see what you mean now.
Brown, black hair, and beard.
Anyways, so I see what you mean now. Yeah, cool guy. Not much more I can say about that.
Okay, I like
I'm
that.
very-
Once you get to know him,
It's pretty valid.
yeah, it's pretty nice.
That's pretty valid.
I'm not good at like describing people. Like
Me
I
neither.
can tell.
whenever I had like if I like a girl, like what do you like about her? I'm like, well, she's pretty, she's cute, she's funny, she's smart, like the basics.
And then
Like
they get mad at you because they assume you only like her for her looks, huh?
I can't really like a lot of times I can't think of an actual reason. Like, oh well, she's a question. Dude, that's it. That's all that matters for me. It's hard describing people sometimes.
No word. I felt that. I got pretty good at it, but at the same time, I'm bad when I'm on the spot. Like
Yeah.
if they tell me to describe them on the spot, you're my friend.
Yeah, I found it that one times like many times like I don't know, they're cool, they're funny, I guess.
Yeah, I wouldn't. This is like completely like weird, but like off topic a bit. But like when someone like, I can't believe you like that guy. What's so good about him? It's just like,
Oh, I've
well,
done that many
well,
times. One of my friends.
It's usually about you. Sometimes they'll be like,
Really? Me?
I don't even know why. I'm like he's literally like he doesn't cuss. He doesn't do anything bad. Yeah, sure, he started a rumor about one girl, but that's
Guys,
completely-
listen. Okay, it was an accident. All right, don't like guys. Let's not talk about this, right?
Oh, okay,
This can go wrong really fast. I said a joke, and it carried. Like people kept saying the joke, and it got real. I guess I don't know.
That gives me like mad Dawson Borhall vibes.
Why are you saying names?
Oh, because that's just how it is.
It is.
Like I don't know if you guys heard about what happened whenever we were like sophomores and juniors.
I probably didn't. If you were a sophomore, I was probably
8th grade, huh? Yeah, you were.
yeah. I knew no one going to 8th grade.
Yeah,
I knew Eli, Joseph, Aiden. Well, Aiden was a freshman, so
Yeah,
I don't even count.
I won't go too much into it, but it was funny, but it was not
It
to
was-
the person that was being
Yeah.
targeted. It wasn't funny
Yeah.
to her.
Well, sucks to be here, I guess.
no, rumors can go so bad so quickly.
Tell me about it.
When I went-
I've been here for 7 years, and I've had to like keep like defending myself to the point it got to me where I was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna defend them more. I'm just gonna let them believe what they want.
I never really had troubles with like rumors about me until I got like with a girl. I started dating someone, and then like stuff rumors would start because of that. And then because remember one day me and her were both sick on the same day,
Mhm.
and no one thought we were sick, so it was pretty bad. And I'm like there's like a lot of jokes, but I had people that actually thought things. I'm like, guys, it was coincidence, I swear.
You know, I'm gonna tell you something about like Marshall, like not just like the school itself, but the whole town itself. They like to start stuff like whenever you're the happiest, and it sucks donkey doo doo.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I remember whenever I went to the prom party, which will be my last party ever.
This year?
The most recent year I went to them.
Okay.
I guess I hated someone that Twisted Tea because like someone asked for it and I was guarding it for Brody, and Eli got $5 and I didn't, but we'll just move past that. So I hated I picked one up to hand it to someone, and someone saw me pick it out. So then I had people come to me like, this person said that you were drinking alcohol. I'm like, no, I wasn't. And I was like, dang. I didn't even have my own conviction. Just giving someone the drink, I had my own conviction about that. So I was like, and I also handed someone like a big thing of Malibu. I'm like, man, I'm never doing that again because now it's on me now.
I don't know I don't know if we went to the same party, but I did go to a party, and my mom was blown there. It was a whole bunch of people.
It was at someone in the choirs.
Yeah.
house.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, shout out to him though. He's pretty lit. I like him. But I was there, and like I was just surprised by everybody I seen.
There was so many people there.
I was like, you do this, you do that, and I was in like, the question I got the most at that party was, why was I here? But there was older dudes than me and people in my class at that party. So I was like, why are you guys only asking me? And at first I was getting like a little like annoyed. But then the guy I went with, my brother, was just like, dude, just calm down. You're fine. No one's going to judge. And then it was just a whole bunch of people coming up to me that I don't really talk to, but I see him in school. And I was like, holy, like, I can't believe you actually do this, because you play it off so well whenever you're at school. Yeah.
I saw a girl there that, like, you probably know who it is. I'm sure you know her. And I saw him like, hey, that's she was like carrying a Sonic cheek. I'm like, there's nothing in there, right? She's like, yeah, Connor, it's just tea. I'm like, I don't know if I believe it though. I don't think she was.
I'm pretty sure I was behind you whenever you guys were having that conversation.
So she had left like pretty early. So I'm like, hopefully, maybe it actually just was nothing. Can only hope, because there's not a lot of people finding me that doesn't drink.
Actually, like my first time actually like drinking, it was bad because I didn't know that I was drinking alcohol, and it messed me up. Like, it was to the point where I felt the buzz, where I was like, holy crap, I have not just been drinking a regular Sonic drink. I have been chugging someone's alcohol. And I don't know how I didn't taste it at first, because I guess I just never tasted alcohol. I didn't know what it tasted like.
Yeah.
And so it was a cast party. I think it was a cast party for one of the older classes. I think it was class of 20. No, not 20, because that was pandemic, right? So I say 2019. And I just sat on the floor, and I got kicked out because I was sitting on the floor. So whenever you sit on the floor and you're not moving, or like you're just like sitting against a wall, they call you a wallflower. And they're like, if you're gonna be a wallflower, there's no point of you being at the party. You got to go. And I didn't know that. So I'm sitting and I'm chilling. I'm thinking I'm vibing, and then all these older like upperclassmen are just like, you have to go. We have to take you home. I was like, for what? What am I doing? They're like, nothing. That's why we have to take you home. And I was like, okay, just take me home then. They didn't even take me to the right house. I live over there on college. Yeah, they took me all the way on this side.
By my house?
Yes, by your house.
You should have came over.
I didn't know you at the time, Connor.
Yeah, you didn't.
Oh, but I did know your brother.
Yeah.
But I tried staying away from Donnie Roy because me and Gunnar have our stories about Donnie Roy, and it's...
Yeah.
You could tell when Gunnar seen you, he was just like, no.
I love Gunnar, though. Gunnar.
We love your Gunny Wunny.
Gunny Wunny. He was my boy. He hated me. I got Mr. our choir teacher got on to me because, like, I was messing with him one time, and then he was like, Connor, he clearly doesn't like you. Like, no, I was like, he's clearly annoyed. Leave him alone. I'm like, no, he's happy to be with me right now.
I was there. I was there.
But I don't think he was happy to be with
me. Gunnar would always talk to me about his slusher problem because he realized, besides him, Donnie Roy went after me. So he'd be like, don't you, like, just want to, like, wrap your hands around his throat? I'm like, no, not that far. I was like, there are times where I want to push him, but other than, like, physically harm him, no, I don't want to do that. And he goes, every time I just look at Slusher, I just, ugh. And I'm like, okay, calm down, buddy.
Yeah. No, I remember at the parties, like, whenever the last cast party I went to, it was after the Who Killed Elvis, which I actually really liked doing that one, even though I was barely in it, but I felt like I had a pretty fun role. But I remember at the cast party, I just sat on the couch and I turned on SpongeBob, and like it's kind of funny because a lot of people were like, you know, under the influence. They would laugh at anything they saw on that TV. Like, I'm like, this is.
You were just there, sober, like, this is dumb.
Yeah. And, like, if I had to go anywhere, I'd always take my drink with me because I cannot trust multiple people in that room.
Yeah.
Like, I could not. And they're like, why are you bringing your drink around? Like, because someone's going to spike it. Like, I ain't trying. Like, I have to drive home tonight.
No,
And even then, like, even if I didn't have to drive home, I still would. Because I don't. That's just not me.
I enjoyed being part of the plays I was a part of. I really wish I did do Hotel Pickle, but I'm actually happy I didn't because Andrew got the Dobby part.
Yeah.
And
you were gonna get the Dobby part.
Yeah, Mama T she said all I had to do was audition, and boom, it was mine. But I forgot what happened. I think I was too busy. Oh, I was dancing. I was dancing with my family. I was dancing in the group, and it was the schedule was not working with each other. So I was just like, you know what? I can't even audition. So whenever I heard Andrew got the part, at first I was like, whatever. But then I was like, okay, at least it's a brown guy. If a brown guy got the part, I'm happy. And then I seen how like all the relationships and like friendships and all the people he like got closer with. I was like, you know what? That's good. I'm glad that did that for him.
Yeah, Andrew used to be just backstage for Lucky Stiff.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember if I actually talked to him during Lucky Stiff. I don't know. But I remember freshman year, I didn't talk to him at all.
Mm-hmm.
I only talked to him because he was friends with, the girl I liked a lot.
Yeah.
And I just said happy birthday to him one day when it wasn't even his birthday. That's what I remember.
That was our inside joke.
Yeah, I didn't know it. I just saw it was like someone was like, happy birthday, Andrew. I'm like, oh, it's his birthday. Someone else was like, happy birthday, Andrew. And he's like, thanks.
So the happy birthday, Andrew. We went to youth group. It was me, Andrew, Vic, Yuli, and then the Gooden family. That's whose youth group we used to go to at family worship.
Mm-hmm.
And so we went to we went to La Paz, and then we were just like, Andrew, do you want free dessert? And he was like, no. And then like we were just like, okay, watch this. Happy birthday, Andrew! And we just screamed it, and then the waiter came, they put the hat on him, started singing to him, messed his face up. And then Andrew looks at us and he goes, I'm gonna tell my family we can't come to La Paz in a couple weeks on my actual birthday before they question it. And I was just like, do what you gotta do. But every time we seen him at youth group or anywhere outside in public, like playing tennis, it was just happy birthday, Andrew, every single day. To me, the joke got old, but to the girls it didn't. They love that joke.
Yeah. No, I didn't I never got it until just now because I'd still hear that still, and then now I finally understand why people did it. Because I was like, why are people saying happy birthday to him? He's like, oh, it's just a joke.
Dang.
I'm like, but why?
I think that joke was, I think that's 2 years old now because I was
freshman year.
Yeah, I was baby faced.
Yeah. It would almost be 3 years old now.
No, my!
I'm gonna be senior this year, which is kind of crazy to me.
You're graduated and you're a senior. Oh, whoa!
It's kind of crazy because I'm thinking about theater. Like, oh my gosh, I am the big guy now. It's like I'm the one. Like you see over there. See those?
Yeah.
2 Best Actor awards.
Whatever.
I'm thinking about I'm kind of like the big dog now. Like, I've done every single play since I was a sophomore. I'm the only. Who else is that? I think I might be the only senior that's done every single play since I was a sophomore. No, Andy. Me and Andy. We're like the top dogs. Kind of crazy.
You ever see a theater kid name himself the top dog?
I am, bro.
No, you have.
Oh, yeah. I was about to say I have now. Oh, has it hit you yet that you're done with high school? Because I've asked so many people in your grade, including Javier, and a lot of them have given me the same answer. Like, no, it hasn't hit me that I graduated. It hasn't hit me that I'm done with high school. Just because, and I asked them, is it because you're going to college? And they're like, yeah, that's probably why. I think it's because I'm continuing with school. And I was like, no, it hit me as soon as I walked that stage.
I think,
man, that's a hard question.
Mm-hmm.
Yes and no, because I know I'm going to go back to school. So,
yeah.
But right now, I'm doing a gap year. And, yeah, because my dad every day is like, you got a full-time job yet? I'm like, bro, chill. He put that as one of the questions. That's the thing. Which, by the way, viewers who asked questions, it's not going to be Pooks, obviously, now. Because I asked questions for Aiden, but obviously he's not here. Mm-hmm. And I'm guessing it's you. Someone asked, who's your favorite micro?
That was not me. That was me. I just wanted to hear you guys say Herman. I know Connor is going to say something dumb like Javier. Yeah. No, but no disrespect. I love Javier. I love him like he's my little brother. And I get why. I guess Connor would like Javier.
Hey, he is like that. Him Besides Aiden, he was like my senior pal in that class.
Mm-hmm.
I love like Brian too, but I always hung around Xavier mostly.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'd always talk to him because I always ask him where he got his jackets from.
I used to be so like, I don't know if anyone, you guys don't know this, but I used to be so scared to talk to Xavier because like even though I was older than him and I was like a class above him, I seen the group he hung out with, and like the group he hung out with, it wasn't like the popular kids, but it was the kids that were like known. So I used to like whenever I first moved. Shut up, Connor. Anyways, whenever I first moved to this town, I was like, I had really bad assumptions about Xavier because he used to be around a lot of girls, and I told him this too. I was like, Xavier, I'm not gonna lie. Whenever I first like met you, I thought you were gay, until I found out you had a girlfriend when I met you. And then he was like, why do people think I'm like? Why do people think that? And I'm just like, I'm sorry, bro. Like that's just what I thought. But like I used to be so scared to talk to him, and then whenever we got to high school, and I was just like, you know what? I'm Micronesian. He's Micronesian. I'm already talking to his cousins. I'm gonna start talking to this kid. And then whenever it was court Lears, I was so happy that I wasn't the like. He was happy. He was like, dude, I'm not the only like Micronesian in this class anymore. I'm like, I got you, bro. I was like, no worries. And it's, I don't know. Have you guys met his older brother? I know you have.
Yeah, we both played tennis with him.
Both of those dudes are so musically talented, and it blows my mind because I've seen like talented micros, but I love hearing them sing together, and they're both like really like genuine cool dudes.
Drum is a good tennis player as well.
Is he?
Yes,
yeah,
he was.
He was really good.
Yeah,
I hope he's playing like still because
I think
pretty good.
Jerome is. I think he's just working.
Yeah, I saw him at Walmart the other day.
Yeah,
he works at Walmart.
Yeah. I was last time I was at Walmart. I was with my dad.
Mm-hmm.
We were walking out. I saw Tayshawn, so I was going to say hi to Tayshawn. As we going up to Tayshawn, I think Stacy, I think that's her name, was like a couple, what is it, aisles down, like also like doing checkout. My dad just goes, "God, if you like her so much, you'll ask for a number." I'm like, oh my gosh.
Who? Stacy?
I think he was talking about Stacey because she was like the nearest girl around there. But I was going up to say hi to Tayshawn. I was like, dude. And Tayshawn's like, yeah, Connor, go ask for her number. I was like, bro. I was trying to say hi to Tayshawn.
Wait, Micronesia Stacy?
Yeah, I think so. I believe it's her.
I think you might have the wrong Micronesian.
I swear her name is Stacy.
I think you might have the wrong Micronesian.
Tansy?
Huh?
Tansy?
I don't know.
Has
she been in Javier's vlogs? It's the girl in Javier's vlogs. One of them. I thought I could have sworn her name was Stacy.
Trish?
It might be.
Trish?
Dude, I don't know why.
It's okay because whenever you guys used to come around me, that's usually who was with me. It was Stacy and.
That's where I got the name from. I don't know what. That's not Stacy, bro.
It's Trish. She's. Yeah, that's Trish. Because the Micronesians that I know work at Walmart that are like girls are Trish and Queena. And Queen is Tayshawn's older sister. Tayshawn, Javier, Jerome, and their cousins. I think there's a cousin that works with them over there. A lot of the Micronesians are working on Walmart. I want to go there, but I have a record at Walmart.
What do you mean?
Do you want me to go into it?
I don't know. Should you?
I am a thief.
Oh.
I am a thief, and I know that they know that I'm a thief. Like they play it off like that they don't know, but I know that they know because there are times where I've just like stood like right under or right in front of a camera and just did whatever I had to do.
Yeah, I've had people stand right in front of me.
I'm
gonna say the names of this person, but I remember I was at Walmart with them, and they're like. With their friend, and I was like, who's after 4? So I'm just saying, I love fun. She's gonna listen to this probably. Her and her boyfriend.
I'm just saying, we shouldn't really care. So
if
probably not. But I'm gonna hear about it.
If any popo or like federal like worker is listening to this, I'm just joking. I never stole.
For legal reasons,
for legal reasons, it's a joke. I'm just him. I got money. I don't need to. I don't need to steal.
No, but she stole right in front of me. I'm like. I just walked away. I came back and I'm leaving, and I left because I was like, I'm not gonna be part of that, bro.
I have been with people who like we used to like drive around, like not just around Marshall, but we used to like hit like different towns.
Yeah.
For legal reasons, this is a joke too.
Yeah.
And they were like, they would just hit stores and they'd be like, I'm just gonna take something from here because it's not like we're ever gonna come back. And I was just like, no. I was like, please don't do it in front of me. And there was one time where, so I don't know if you guys like see me ever wear that big black puffer jacket. They have inside pockets.
Yeah.
And my friend, I don't know how he did it, but he managed to slip whatever he was taking inside the inside pocket of my puffer jacket. And I didn't know it until we got in the car. He goes, hey, can you take off your jacket real quick? I'm like, why? He goes, can you just take it off? Let me see it. Take it off. I hand it to him. He goes in the inside pocket, pulls it out. I was like, no way. I was like, you were trying to set me up. And he was like, no, I didn't have pockets. You did. You had a lot. And I was like, bro, what if I got caught? He goes, but you didn't. And I was like, oh.
But you did.
I was like, that.
I've seen that video where like the guy, he asks this lady to like get the AirPods for him, and he goes to some old lady. He's like, "You just want these?" Like picking up between 1 and 10.
Oh my god!
And she's like, "He's like, you just want these?"
And she walked out, and it like the alarm went off.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm like, bro, that is hilarious, but that is so messed up. That is so mean. Like, could you imagine? Like, can you imagine her like walking out of here and they're like, "Wait, no, I was giving these for free."
Dude, you know what's like one thing about being like a Micronesian in Marshall?
What?
So y'all know about the situation last year about how we had that school on lockdown and everything.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't even like that wasn't our plan, you know. Like we were just there to like help and back up and support one of our cousins.
Mm-hmm.
And like if anything happened to her, we were gonna make sure nothing happened to her.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was there were kids that like walked by and they were laughing at something. I know who they were. I know who they are. Like I'm still friends with them and I'm not gonna name who they are though. And they I felt bad because my cousins went off on them because they thought they were laughing at us. And they were just like, we're not even laughing. They were like, yeah, keep walking. They walked away. And I was like, oh dang! I was like, now I kind of feel bad for the kids that are scared because now I can see why some people are scared. Like for example, Connor, I'm so sorry about that going away party. I know it was probably for nothing, but it was a good going away for 4 months.
Yeah.
I remember scaring you though, because I forgot you made a joke towards me, and I pretended like I was offended, and all I said was green light, and all the cousins and everything stood up and looked at you. You're like, wait. And I was like, nah, green light. And I thought we were past, like, the green light.
Yeah.
I thought we were past the green light. So, whenever I seen him actually, like, stand up and look serious, I was like, oh, I should probably call this off. But I want you to know, in my mind, I was thinking about how far I should let it go. But just because I love you, I was like, nah, I can't do that to Aiden. I was like, anybody else probably, but you know. And Scott was there, so I didn't want, my cousins jumping my friend in front of one of my youth group leaders.
No, I said green light.
Dude, that whole green light situation, like, we were very serious about that.
I saw on your story, yeah.
And then, that's kind of the reason why I came back. I don't know if you guys know about that. I didn't come back to fight or anything. I came back to keep my boys in check because a lot of my boys, we all come from like really bad backgrounds. Like a couple of them come from like really bad parts of Hawaii, and like I don't know, the parts of Hawaii that you see are what the tourists see. You know, like the good old hotels, the amusement parks, and all that. But you don't see the parts that my boys came from. Like
I watch Soul Surfers, so.
What?
The scene where they go to the bathroom.
But they would tell me about like the stuff that would happen in Hawaii, and they would show me like stuff that happened in Hawaii, and I was like, whoa, that's crazy. I never knew like you guys got down like that over there. And I came from Portland, so I kind of like I kind of know what it's like to be raised in a bad like really ghetto area. Yeah. And so whenever they got here, the first thing they all wanted to do was just fight. It was just fight. And I was like, I don't want people in this town to already hate Micronesians more than they do now, you know? So I was like, I would talk to them because whenever there's a problem with one of the, like, Micronesian boys, so here in this town, there's 2 groups of Micronesians. Yep. There are the Pohnpeians, and then there are the Chukis. We don't have Yappies, Cocharians, Marshallese, that I know of at least. And I lead the Chukis boys and a couple of the Pontefan boys. But, so whenever, and those are the ones that are known for, like, my boys are kind of the ones that are known for, like, you know, fighting or starting a problem or finishing a problem, you know? So every time...
One of them was going to fight me.
Yeah, exactly. One of them was going to fight you, and then what did you do? You called me.
Yeah, I was like, I know who to call.
And that's why, like, I play the big brother role to them, because I know that if there was ever a situation in this town or, like, what that involved one of my people, one of my friends, I could be the one to, like, fix the problem or, like, make sure there's not a problem at all. That's why right after you dropped me off, I made a phone call. I was like, yo, you can't touch him. Let me explain to you his side of the story before you and whoever goes and beats him up. And he's like, okay, listen. And he's like, dang, he sounds like an innocent kid. Tell him my bad. And I was like, I got you. No worries about it. And so, but the thing is, like, it's very easy to make them mad. Like, I don't think people in this town understand that. Because you see how we joke, right? We can make any type of jokes, like, towards each other, and I can take that because I'm used to it.
Like the one I just made before we
exactly.
started the podcast.
So like I'm used to that. Like, I'm used to those type of jokes. But my boys, though they are not, like even when strangers came up and make those jokes to me, I would question it a little bit. But I was like, oh, he's a funny guy.
Yeah, strangers.
Yeah. So, but I can't. It's really hard to stop a 6'3" large micro by the name of Herms when he's mad.
Yeah.
Because I am 5'6". Okay, there's nothing I can do, especially with a kid that grew up fighting. Yeah, he's gonna bulldoze right through me. Yeah. So with me, he's one of the last guys I try making sure he gets mad. But the reason I came back down was because I had got sent a video from one of my little cousins, and she goes, check it out. And I was like, I was like, what's going on? She goes, well, when the video loads, it's one of your boys. And I was like, great. I was like, what they do to get in trouble? And I watched the video, and I'm watching one of my boys get pinned down and stomped on. And I was like, what? Then I see the second video, and I see the sister, one of my cousins, throw a chair, and teachers, and I see islanders rushing the island. I'm like, what is happening?
I remember that.
And so, I called her, and I was like, what just happened? She goes, da-da-da. Him and this other kid got into an argument. I mean, the other kid was supposed to fight, but then the kid's friend was supposed to, the kid's friend came and got involved. And I was like, I know the kid's friend because I played football with the kid's friend. Yeah. And so, whenever I came back down, at first, I'm not even going to lie, like, it was just rage and anger, like, that was built up in my mind. I was like, I dare him to step in front of me. I was like, as soon as I see him. But I forget, like, how old I am and that I can get locked up now. I can be in legal trouble now. So, but I seen him recently, and it was probably one of the most awkward, things I've been through, because there's only been twice I've shown when I'm mad in this town. And one of them was not even at school. One of them was at a party, like, late at night. And so he drives past me. And then I turn my head, and I see the car stop, and it reverses. And at first I'm like, who is this? I was like, what am I about to get into? And then he looks at me, and, like, he was like, what's up, bro? How you doing? How you been? And in my mind, I want to say everything I want to say. Like, did you not just, like, jump my little cousin? Like, did you not? And everything was rushing through my mind. But all I did was just frown at him and give him a dirty look. Because, yes, I do want to hit him, but I'm smarter than that. Like, if I'm teaching my boys that physical violence is not the, like, exact answer, I got to live by that, too, until it's necessary. And we've been through a lot in this town. I'm sorry. Whenever I first got to this town, it was nice. It was, like, a nice old little suburban town. Neighborhood, like, was amazing. Neighbor was loving neighbor. And then, out of nowhere, it was gang bang, thug, shoot, and, yeah.
All grew up. You guys all grew up.
Everybody just transitioned into that. Yeah. And I could say it wasn't from anyone in Marshall. Yeah. I can tell you that. There was a couple kids that came from out of state, had an influence on a big group. The big group was like, you know what? Yeah, let's do that. No one's going to push us around no more. And it was crazy because I was part of a group. And we were known for, like, you know, partying and like taking care of each other, like protecting each other.
Yeah.
And we were like, you know, no, I'm not talking bad, I'm not disrespecting, but the group was like we looked like a whole bunch of like hard, like, you know, thug kids.
Yeah.
And the name of our group was XO. And XO was hugs and kisses, right? Like, that doesn't make no sense. And so I asked a couple of the guys in my group, like our friend group, I was like, yo, I'm just making sure that it doesn't mean what I think it means. What does XO stand for? And they all looked at me and they were just like, we don't even know. We just thought of XO. We're like, ain't no way we've been going by hugs and kisses. Like, you know, I don't know if that's more embarrassing for us or more embarrassing for the people we get into, like, a situation with. Like, yeah, dude, I just got beat up by hugs and kisses. Like, that doesn't sound cool, bro. Like, getting beat up doesn't sound cool. Don't get me wrong. But getting beat up by a group named Hugs and Kisses is, like, that's, like, top tier embarrassing.
That is.
We used to go everywhere together, dude. Like, our group, we were a good friend group. Like, that was our brotherhood right there.
Yeah.
And I think the last time I seen all of us together was at our brother's funeral, the one we just lost recently, Long Live A. And it broke. I could just see we were all broken because we lost our brother, we lost our ex-girlfriend, and like seeing him in that situation, I was like that's crazy. Like, everybody really was taking life for granted, and we had no idea like what was going on.
Yeah.
I'm not going to speak much on the situation because I don't know exactly what happened, but I just know my heart broke, and I lost one of my brothers that day, and a bunch of people lost their brother, they lover, they close friend. And one thing about him, he was a good dude.
Yeah.
Like, competitive dude, good dude. Eli told me a story one time about how they were at the YMCA, trash talk, but at the end of the game, when Eli won, it was just respect towards on. And that's what I liked. That's what I liked about him. He got competitive, but he knew respect. He gave respect where respect was due, and he was always nice to me. Like, there was one time we got into an argument in football because I don't know why. I have a really big mouth. I just go off yapping whenever I feel like it. He was mad at something, and then I chimed in on it, and he goes, "Who asked you?" And I was just like, dang, never mind then. And then after practice, he came in the locker room. He was like, "Hey, bro, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to yell at you." I was like, "No, you're good." But in my mind, I was like, "That little kid hurt my feelings." But yeah, dude, he was a great person to be around. And every time I think about the XO group, he's one of the first people that pops in my head. Because if you seen us at parties, we were them. we were them. We always made sure no one messed with the brother. And there have been like really like bad situations. There's this one bad situation in New Franklin. No one gave me a warning that New Franklin was such a hick town. Like, there was a whole bunch of like yee-yees. And it, like, no one told us that we had to be invited to the yee-yee party. And so when we got there, we were getting kicked out, right? But then the way we got in was, it was just like, yo, we're here to pick someone up. They called us to come pick us up. And they're like, okay. So we drive in, right? Park the car. Is some brothers here, some brothers in the other car, some other brothers in the smallest car.
Yeah.
And then we all hop out. And we start socializing because that's what you do at a party. But us forgetting, we told the lady we're picking people up and not staying. So she sees us all socializing. And it's kind of hard not to point this out when you see a whole bunch of city kids dressed in Nike gear, Jordans, not boots, jeans, like ripped jeans, not the like regular jeans. And they were all like, we were the black sheep. Like, everyone could just point us out. And so I seen this girl I used to talk to, and I didn't see her. She saw me. She called my attention. I turned around, I was like, "Hey, what's up? I'm socializing."
Hey, baby.
And then all I hear is yelling behind me, right? And I hear the voices, and I'm like, "That's my voice," but they got it. And all I hear is, "Where is Hermo? Where is Hermo?" And all I hear is, "Hermo, get your big over here." And I was like, "Bro, I'm trying to spit some game." And then, I'm getting over here, and I'm over here like, I got the like disappointed look, and then I like snap out of it, and I start yelling with them. Like, it was just like that. I was like, "Ah!" and like yelling at the other side, and it looked really weird. It looked like we were trying to play Captain America: Civil War. Like, that's what it looked like, and that's what it felt like. And you know, who got the little brawl started? The girls. One girl from our side started fighting one girl from their side. And so me and one of the brothers, we grab her, and we try pulling her, and then all I see like flash like next to me is a big old glass alcohol bottle that was about to deck me. And then I step back, boom, went right by my face, boom, hit my brother in his face. And all I did was hear it. I didn't even see it. And then all I heard was ah, and I seen people rushing into the car. And so we're like, what just happened? And so we're like, okay, da da da. Now people want to hurt our brother. Time to hurt their brothers. And then this lady came out with 3 baseball bats, like just 3 metal baseball bats, and we're like, what is this? She starts banging on the hood of one of the cars we pulled up in. And we're like, yo, we didn't know you hated us like this. We knew you hated us, but not like this. And then we all start fighting. Like, everyone starts fighting. And we see a big old pickup truck with a chain attached to it, backing up behind the car that she was banging on. That we all block it from the edge. We're like, yeah, you're not touching this car. Like, this is not even our car. You can't take it. And then the rest of our group that followed like 30 minutes after pulled up. And one of the brothers was related to one of them that pulled up. And then he goes, who hit my cousin? And then the owner of the house, he was like, this really old dude. Started squaring up with a 19-year-old, bruh. And I was like, what is happening? And, well, so he's behind me, right, the owner?
Yeah.
And I have my arms out, backing him up from the 19-year-old. And the only word that the guy told me was, like, my friend told me was duck. And I didn't even think twice. I was like, okay. I was like, I'll duck. You know why I was holding the guy back? I was holding 2 more girls back. From fighting the dude, right? Because it looked like he was going to hit him. So one of them reached over me, swung on him, and then they both moved. And then my friend was walking towards me, and as soon as he said duck, I hit the ground. I was like, and then boom. And he got one good shot in, and they started squaring up. And then I was right next to the car that my brother who got hit was in, and this guy, he jumps out the car. I know it shouldn't be funny, but the way it scared me was funny. He jumped out the car, who hit me? And his eye was black and it was swollen, and it scared the crap out of me. I was like, whoa, jump scare. Then his other cousin pulled up, and then it was his cousin, him, and his other cousin all squaring up against the owner. And I turned around and I see one of our girls, the girl that started the fight, getting smacked with a baseball bat. Ooh. And I was like, what is it? Why? Why can't we leave? And so I grab her. I grab our girl that's getting smacked. I grabbed her and I pushed her. And then I'm getting smacked in the back with the baseball bat. And then I'm like, ow. And then she reaches back to give him a really hard swing. And then one of the cousins grabbed the bat from her and started waving it. Back up, back up. And then the cop pulled in. Oh. And as soon as the cop pulled in, that's when you know, okay, party's over, fight's over, let's go. Cop pulled in, pulled back out, and just left. Yeah, I swear on everything I love, that's just how it was. He pulled in, didn't even sit there for 5 minutes, just pulled back out and left. And as soon as he left, we were like, you know what? We leave. Boom, 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 boom. And there's more in the story, but for legal reasons, I can't say nothing. So, but no one died. No one's deceased. So we're all alive. Everyone on both sides is alive and living. And you know, that's when I realized, oh, what my friends are actually kind of ghetto, and they're actually kind of dangerous. But you know what? I love them because they're ghetto and dangerous. And then I started going to youth group. Started going to youth group, and I tried to change my life around. I still am. I'm still getting there. Getting better at it.
Slowly but surely.
Slowly but surely. There's progress. You can tell there's progress.
I've never had that kind of experience at a party.
You don't want to have that experience.
Yeah, I've had to stop a fight before, but that's like the most. It was like between like some graduate and a freshman. I'm like, bro.
What? Why?
I was like, come on.
2023 graduate?
No, he's graduated a while ago.
What the?
I think he's in your class.
He might be in your
class? I think so.
Might be. And I just remember, like, I walked not upstairs. I was in the garage, and I was walking out. I was getting ready to leave because the cops were showing up. So I'm like trying to separate them. I'm like, guys, let's come down. And like, there's like these girls trying to end it, but like they're like, come on, stop it, don't do that. So I'm like, guys, chill out. So I'm like trying to push them away, and then as I push them away, the older guy swings on him, and hits him right in the lip, and then he goes, "Bro, you hit like a girl," and he's like that's the weakest throw ever, and he starts like trying to get to him, like, he's a freshman, so that's why I go to protect. So I'm like, yeah, you're fine, dude. He's like, just take it. He's like, yeah. He's like, he is like a little baby. I'm like, all right, let's just go. I took him home.
Dude, I'm sorry, but these freshmen nowadays, like, they're getting more bold, like by the second. I think the incoming freshmen the next year, like your senior year, I think those are the ones that mostly think that they're on gang activity.
Mm-hmm.
And I see them walking around. I've seen them. There was one time, y'all know Justin, right? Justin Villalobos.
Yes, that's my boy, bro.
Our boy, yeah. So it was me, him, and Pooks, and we pulled back up, dropping Justin off at his truck at McDonald's. And then that little group came up, was like, "Yo, you trying to get me a ride? They're like, he's like, "Where to?" And they're like, "Over there to the high school." The high school is right next to McDonald's, bro. Just walk there. Like, that's not that hard. And then he's like, and it made no sense because they were walking from that direction. It didn't make sense in my mind. So they're like, he's like, "Nah, bro, I gotta go home." And then they were just like, "Nah, bro, F that job," pointing at McDonald's. And we just looked at them and like, what are they talking about? Just said he gotta go home. He said nothing about that job. And so they're like, "So you can't give us a ride?" He's like, "Nah." He's like, "All right, whatever." And some of those little dudes, like, I've known them since they were like tiny, bro. Like they were babies and stuff. And I just like look at them like, what happened to you? Like, you smoke a little bit of weed and you think you're top dog. Like, like, oh, so you think you're them? Okay.
You think you're that guy now?
You think you're that guy because now you're in high school and you graduated 8th grade,
right?
And you can throw up like all these gang signs. But if I ask you about the history, you know nothing about it.
That's one a video I wanted to do is just like all my pet peeves, and that's one of them is when young white Caucasian children act like all gang, and they know nothing about it. And I'm like, do you even know where that culture came from? It's just like they listen to their favorite rappers. I'm like, you have nothing close related to him.
Exactly.
You have so many privileges. Nah.
And they get a lot of their stuff off of like social media and people they listen to. Like people don't understand how much of these rappers are influencing these kids, because I can't even lie, it influenced like my class too. Like we got into a certain mood when we listened to a certain person. But the thing about I'm not the person to judge like how someone is off their color, right? Because I used to until I met Titus, and that's my white brother. Like I love Titus. But that is one of my most, like, he got a lot of heart in him. He got some dog in him, you know? And whenever I first came to Marshall, one of my warnings was, don't mess with the Bellamy family. Me being the cocky kid coming from the big cities, I'm like, you think I'm scared about a family named the Bellamy family? I don't care about none of that. And then I met Titus. I was riding my bike to the pool, because I used to go to the pool every day in 8th grade.
Yeah.
And I was riding my mountain bike, he's riding a BMX, and he pulled up next to me. If you ask him about this story now, he will tell you that day he was deciding whether to rob me or not rob me. And I was like, that's why you don't mess with the Bellamy family. Okay, because they can hurt you. And I didn't know Titus, so whenever you see Titus, he was just some blonde kid with a swoop over, and he was just really skinny. No one told me he was like a beast at wrestling, right? And I've seen him in fights, and I've seen him pick people up and slam them down. And I was like, this kid can handle himself. He don't need help. He don't need nobody to help him. And that's one person I could always rely on, like, to help me out with anything. Not just like if I'm ever in trouble, but if I ever like need like a ride, money or food, like he still considers me his brother. He calls me sometimes, checks up on me. We don't talk much nowadays, but he still treats me like I'm his brother. And I'm glad, because if I got on the wrong side of their family, I don't know how I would be now. I feel like I'd be like an introvert. I'm being so serious. I used to be so shy coming up here. I had a lot of hate. Like, anytime I seen like someone at the school, I was like, man, that something about that girl just makes me mad. What made me mad was the headband phase that was happening here. All these girls wearing headbands. I was like, is this like a trend? Because this trend is stupid. And guess what I did?
You wore headbands.
I wore bandanas on my head, so I had no room to talk.
Wait, are you talking about the girls with like the bandanas like on?
No, with like the Nike headbands that you like tie up and to cover up their big forehead. You know, they don't do it now.
I need one of those.
Did you?
I need one.
Oh, you need one of those?
Yeah, I actually used to use a headband.
A headband or a girl?
Both, actually.
I'm sorry, Goddard.
I used to actually wear headbands a lot playing basketball. When I did play basketball, then the coach was an idiot.
No, dude, I didn't know your brother could play basketball like that.
He's always been a baller.
Yeah, until he was in our PE class, and he was one. As soon as we seen how he played, we're like, oh yeah, he's one of the first guys we're picking up. There was one time I seen Titus and Donnie get into an argument, and then Titus brought something about Donnie losing wrestling to Titus's little sister, something like that. And every time Donnie made me mad, like, you know how whenever you made me mad, I would bring up like your sister,
yeah,
or like I would joke with you like that. Every time Donnie made me mad, I was like, didn't you lose to Kendra? And he'd be like, no, but I didn't even lose, you know. And Titus would be right behind me, like, don't lie now. A win is a win, and a loss is a loss. And I'm just like, hey, respectfully, I had never lose to a little girl.
I still see like that family go to camp. Like I still see them at camp.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I think. How old is Kendra?
I think she just graduated 8th grade, so she's probably around 14.
I probably most like I definitely did see her there, like back like 2 years ago probably. You know about me when you see one. they're a tough family, so you.
Don't get me wrong. Kendra can hit as hard as her brothers can because she was punching me at Titus's baby shower, and oh my goodness, I low-key hurt, but I had to eat it like it didn't. I was like this, like, and all I felt was 1, 2, do, and then do, and I was like, Kendra, stop hitting me. And then she was like, no, walked away, and I was like, you're gonna say no to stop hitting me and then walk away?
And then don't
like tell me.
Hey, I've never like I was lucky enough to befriend the Joe and
Joe and Dustin.
No, not Dustin.
Trevor.
I didn't like Dustin. Me and him got on the wrong foot at camp.
That's okay.
Me and Trevor, and Joe at camp. We went to camp a few years. Didn't see Joe for whatever reason. I'm not gonna get into it. And then but me and Trevor, bro, me and him, we were tight. And I remember like camp. Joe and his brother. This was years ago. They would tease me so much, bro. When I was younger, because like I would try to play basketball and they'd come over and steal my ball. I'd get so upset by it. they did it like almost every year. Like I remember them being there. I hate it so much.
I love every single like one of those boys of that family, from Joe, Dustin, Justin, Titus, Trevor, Kenny. I love all those boys with so much respect. Because whenever Titus was my roommate, they treated me like I was their brother too. And it was something funny to wake up to whenever you wake up and you just got three of your boys is munching on cereal in your kitchen, and two of them got milk in their bowl, and one of them is just eating dry cereal because they ran out of milk. And I was just like, yo, okay, you know what? I was like, you guys do you. I'm gonna go do me. I'm going to go see my micros. And that's why every time like they pull up to Blackcourt, I tell my boys like, hey, you guys gotta consider those guys your brothers too, because those are my brothers. Say that's what I do with Aiden, like Pooks. I'll be like, yeah, that's my brother, bro. Like, let that be your brother. Dice, I cannot tell you how much Dice has came through for me. Like Aiden and Titus, they've been there for me most definitely. But Dice missed me so much, he drove to Iowa twice just to come visit and chill with me. He calls me and he goes, yo, what are you doing? I was like, I'm sitting at home, like always, because I got nothing to do. And he goes, okay, I'm coming over. I'm like, what? And I was like, you understand I'm not in Marshall no more, right? And he goes, yeah, I'll be there like this Friday. And I was like, word. all right, be here. Just letting you know, bring warm clothes. It's snowing over here. He goes, no, it's not. Send him a Snapchat video. He goes, what the? And I was so excited because, you know, familiar face and someone from Marshall in Iowa knocks on my door, and then I'm just like, I'm jumping. I'm thinking of, oh, you're here. And then I was so sad. Like, I was so sad whenever he left. And my sister was like, don't worry, he'll be back. He texted me, he goes, hey, I can come back in like 3 weeks if you want me to. I'm like, please? And then it was, whenever I decided, my life in Iowa, I think, with my biological family, the ones I do get along with, are my three sisters and the babies. Well, I get along with all my siblings, right? Yeah. It's just my mother and her husband. Me and my mom, we didn't really get off on a good start because, you know, I was adopted and I didn't find out until I was 14 at my mom's funeral, right? Then that's where I meet my biological mom. And then she's telling me, yeah, I'm your mom. You're not an only child, by the way. You have 8 siblings. You have 7 siblings, and the 8th one is on the way. And I was like, what? Like, who are you, bro? Like, and then I asked my family around, yeah, that's your mom. So all of you knew I was adopted. And I said, they're like, yeah. Had a family reunion last May. Did you guys, I even asked the kids, did you guys know I was adopted? Yeah, my mom told me. They just told me to hide it from you. I was like, you guys are good at keeping a secret. I was like, you guys are really good at keeping a secret, dude. I'm not even going to hold you to it. And then, I think it was here, I was fed up with my uncle. And that's why I had left Iowa, or left Missouri, Marshall. And I was like, okay, my mom's going to treat me better. Man, was I wrong. Was I wrong? The tables were turned quickly. The first 2 weeks there, it was good. The hospitality was great. I think it was the fact that they got used to me that she was like, yeah, no, you're not, never again. And so I felt like it was very toxic, and I would tell my favorite sibling, yes, I have a favorite sibling. If any of you listen to this, Melly is my favorite. I'm just letting you know now. Don't get butthurt. It's how it is. I was telling Melly, I was like, I might go back to Missouri. And then she goes, are you sure? I'm like, I'm sure. And then she was like, you miss your friends? And I was like, yeah. And there is a situation happening over there. She goes, is it because you can't find a youth group over here? And I was like, no, it's not because I can't find a youth group. And I made, like, I think if I had gone to school there for at least a year, my experience in Iowa would have been better because I would have known people. But I was just making friends with cousins, bro. Like, and I would make, it wasn't bad. I made friends in the church, and my boys, I had 3 boys in church. It was Iverson, Ikaika, and my boy Leo. And one thing we could always talk about was sports, and they would always talk about One Piece. I didn't watch One Piece like that, so I didn't really chime in on the conversation until it was about sports. And there was pretty girls over there. But we ended up being related because, you know, Micronesia struggled. So I couldn't really do nothing. And
did you just make calling your cousins cute?
No.
No, you just said that your cousins were attractive.
No, I didn't. I said there was pretty girls there.
And they happen to be your cousins.
Shut up.
That's what you just said.
Shut your mouth.
Title of the episode, Herman calls his cousins
cute. Don't do that. Anyways, that's actually something like, that's a struggle with being micro. Because my type is Pacific Islander girls. That's my type. Like, me personally.
My type's only white girls.
That's fat. That's false. That's cap.
Yeah, I know.
I was about to say this. No, I was like, I don't think the last one was. Anyways, my type, I love Pacific Islander girls. I've made a couple friends on TikTok because I like to like rap on TikTok and do dances on TikTok, and you know some of them know me as that one rapper or that one dancer, and they know me as Herman. And you would be surprised on how many of my contacts now, they don't know me as Herman or Junior. They think my name is actually Herman. So I'm like, oh, so you know me by like my nickname. That's kind of cool. I like that. I was like, you know me by my nickname. And a lot of them, like, I'll say a lot of them is pretty. Like, don't worry, I'm not related to none of them. Okay. I see the way he's looking at me. Thank you for not judging me, Aiden.
You're welcome.
I know what you're thinking. I know I'm not related to any of them.
Right.
But a lot of them are they're not looking for, how do I say this? A respectful, nice guy, you know?
That means they just don't think you're cute.
They're looking, they like toxic. And that's something wrong with our generation, though.
Nice guys always finish last.
Yeah.
Should have known that.
Are you quoting Marmar Oso right now?
I guess.
You're
guys always.
You're a nerd.
No,
Be quiet.
Dude, that was.
I watched Aiden's TikTok and you were singing "My Shot" and like from Hamilton while playing hide and seek.
I did see that. I looked at the. I went through his TikTok. I'm like, wait, what? What's this? What? I'm like, why is this title gonna keep singing? I'm like, of course he had to record that. I didn't know who he was recording for, but now I do know.
It was his fans. But yeah, I mean, like a lot of them. I mean, there's this one girl down here. She's Micronesian. She's new to the town, but she knows a couple of people know her because they know her from. We're close with the town named Neosho. It's next to Joplin, and there's a lot of relatives from this town and that town, and she's kind of known from that town, and word gets around, like drama spreads around fast. You know?
Yeah.
Especially through our people. Like we have each other, like we're turning on each other, and it's all whack. But she's new. She keeps to herself. She has 2 friends. It's me and my little cousin, right? And she only talks to us. One of the coolest people I've ever met. And
do you like her?
No. Attractive? Yes. Do I like her? No. Because no. Anyways,
he likes you.
He's lying. He's lying. But
I'm not ready to tell her yet.
A lot of I've also met a couple of Americans on TikTok, and I'm not lying whenever I say this. Some of them have found me attractive. So Connor, before you start judging,
Are they your cousins?
I'm not. No. And shout out to my island ladies, though. I love my island ladies. That's all I can say. Especially about my girls. If you're not my cousin, I'm talking about you. If you are my cousin, you're ugly as crap. That's how it is.
Hey, yo.
What? I can call them that. If I'm related to them, they're ugly. No, I'm just playing. They're not ugly. But Americans, and then they would text me that, like, you know, get my, like, social media, and they would add me, and it would be, like, a couple of days in, they would be like, so what are you looking for? Are you looking for a girlfriend? And if I say yes, they're like, what do you think about me? And I'm like, and I just get straight to the point with them.
So you ugly?
No, no. Some of them have been actually like really pretty, but I just get straight to the point. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm not really into Americans like that. Like,
sorry,
anymore.
you're white.
And like I'm not into Americans like that anymore. I'm really looking for a.
Why are you talking like American as it's a race?
Because
White.
no,
I mean, you know what he means.
Yeah, but I was like confused. Like, there's a lot of people are gonna get mad about that. They're like, Americans.
No.
I'm American and I'm not white.
No, because I'm not just talking about like just the white girls. I'm talking.
I thought you were.
I'm talking about.
Wait, what?
I'm talking about any American girl. Like I'm really into my Pacific Islander ladies, and one reason behind it is because I don't have to explain my culture to them. They already know it,
Right.
and so. Because explaining my culture, I love explaining it to my friends, but explaining it to my girl is a whole different story because she's going to go up to my mom and say something like, "Odom thing." And that's a cuss word. Like, don't say that to my mom because she will beat you up, respectfully. And it's so much easier explaining to your friends. Because some of them listen and then some of them make jokes about it.
I didn't
and I love my culture, don't get me wrong, but there are a couple things in our culture that is not good, not respected. And that's why a lot of us, I don't know if you know this, a lot of the a lot of the Hawaiians, like a lot of people in Hawaii are racist towards us. They hate Micronesians, and it's all because of like, it's not even the Pohnpeians, Kosharians, or the Yapis. It's mostly my people, like the Chukis people. They wanna drink and like they wanna fight. They hit each other with machetes over there, machetes and hammers. And they used to like, I was talking to Herman and he said that they used to think we were the dangerous ones because we had guns. And now they have guns over there in Hawaii, and it's crazy because a lot of them join young, like, and that's usually how it is like in a gang. But like they be joining like 8 years old, and it's like, I can't do it. Like I'm not letting my kid do that, bro. If I ever have kids. What's your type of woman?
I'm down for anything. Okay,
Respect.
when I say anything, I'm gonna have to do it with the woke culture. Cis women. Sorry, I have to. You have to clarify nowadays.
Yeah.
No, you really do.
No,
because like you'll be like, oh, so you like me, and then it'll be like a trans woman.
Oh, weirdo! In other words,
it'll be a trans woman, and then I'll be like, nah. You'll be like, oh, so you're transphobic? No, I want someone to give me children. Okay, I want someone to give me little me's. Okay,
exactly.
I'm not. Hey, adoption's cool, and I told this one girl like, I only liked her because I said it. But she was like, would you be with, like, a trans woman? And I'm like, yeah. No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. And I know deep down, I'm like, no, you wouldn't. You liar. I'm like, yeah, I guess adoption's cool. But anyway,
dude,
like me now. But
was
like,
she trans?
No. Hey. I was just trying to, like, because she was, like, woke. Cool. Like, she was, like, woke like that. I told you this.
Yeah, I remember that phase, though. Because you started talking about that kind of stuff a lot. That's what started
the
whole
liberal.
Hey, cancer culture is crazy though. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, you know how many times I've been accused of being homophobic? Have you seen the way I act with my cousins? I am far from homophobic.
Oh, but yeah,
we know that because someone in our choir guys, he called Herman a British cigarette. Let's just say that. And
oh, you were there, huh?
Yeah, and he was like, bro, what you call me? And then Mr. Layton was like, whoa. And he's like, nah, bro, you just call me an F slur. And you just said it. You didn't even say F slur. You just you just called me that.
Because respectfully, like, don't call me that. Like,
who called you?
Will.
Oh,
let's just drop it.
No, it wasn't Will. It wasn't Will.
Yeah,
it was Michael.
It was me.
Oh, it was Michael. My bad.
Michael Edwards. I really despise that kid. Like. Let me, like...
Me and him were cool.
So, me and Michael, actually, like, we started off with me protecting him from, like, my big bros, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, they were about to beat him up because I guess Michael said something stupid. But I was like, I'm going to give the kid a chance. I'm going to go save him. And I was like, yo, Timmy, I was like, don't touch him. Don't do nothing. He doesn't know what he's doing. And, you know, I was his buddy during summer school.
Yeah.
And then it got to whenever he actually started coming to, like, Marshall High, a lot of my, like, female friends were like, dude, he's a creep, da-da-da, and they were showing me the text messages, the screenshots, and I was like, oh, okay, but I can't, I was like, but, okay, I'm not gonna, I just kind of distanced myself from him, you know?
Yeah.
And so, it was about a choir group chat, and, they were, like, I was like, if anybody needs something like this, it was something on a board. It was like, if anybody needs this, just add me on Snap and I'll make the group chat. Oh, add me on Snap, I'll make the group chat and I'll send it. Mm-hmm. And Michael was like, Herman, give me your Snap. But VV, like, I was being distant from him, so I said no, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he got butthurt that I said no. So he said, what? And I said, oh, nah, bro. I was like, I'm good on that. And then that's when he was just like, I don't know, he was just like, stop being an F slur. And I was like, at first, like, Aiden was right next to me. Like, we used to sit like this, and I it didn't click what he said, and then I was like, wait. I looked at Aiden, and I was like, did he call me a... And then he just nodded his head. He didn't even say anything. And I was like, what'd you call me?
That doesn't even make any sense, too.
Yeah,
like, if you were going to say it, at least use it in the right context.
Yes, exactly. So... I got up and I'm like, so say you were Michael, right? I'm like, yeah. I think like I was.
Whoa, Herman!
This is exactly how it was. It was just this close, and I was yelling at him. I had my fist balled up, and literally all Mr. Layton did, all he's told me was, sit down. And I was like, no, what the? I was like, I'm not listening.
These teachers, they
you think you
they try so hard to make these things like guys, please stop. Because they can start real fast. All teachers can do is. Like, stop it! Don't do that!
Dude, exactly.
They get in trouble if they do anything.
And don't get me wrong, I have the utmost respect for Mr. Layton. Like, Ryan Layton is a good man. He was...
Well, can't jump first name.
Hey, but he was a great choir teacher, though.
He was.
And, he was... No offense, O'Nelly, if you ever listen to this. I liked Mr. Layton. But I liked you, too, but I liked him a little better. Anyways, so... Layton was telling me to sit down, and I was just yelling at Michael, and then, you know who was right next to Michael? Landon. Landon was right next to him. Michael. He turns to Michael, and he's looking at him. He goes, "What'd you say?" And Michael's looking, and he goes, "Oh, nothing." And then we got separate. We just got separated. That was it. That was like murder she wrote. He never talked to me again. I never talked to him again.
Well, was that Corliss or Noctua?
That was in Noctua.
So I would have been in that class then. Unless, wait, when was
Maybe
it?
you were gone. I don't know.
Was it sophomore year?
No, it was pandemic
It's not
year.
my year.
It was pandemic year, right? Because it was the squares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was there, but I wasn't there that day because I don't remember that. So I was gone that day, I believe.
Yeah, you probably. Yeah, you were in our class. Oh, yeah. Yeah, but
So that was in my freshman year.
the guys I've had beef with, like from like high school or like previously at least, one of them happened to be gay in 8th grade. And so
weird.
the reason I had beef against him was
Joking, guys.
because he was really he liked making us mad. Like me and Landon, he just liked it. There was time Landon, he came and I ain't gonna lie, Landon is homophobic. Like he'll tell you himself he's homophobic. He doesn't like any of that. And the kid would flirt with him, call him babe and stuff, and Landon hated it. It was like he wanted to murder the kid, and I was like, you can't do that.
Later would hate me.
Yeah. And so he's calling him babe, and then you guys know Krishan, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I love Krishan.
And you know how Krishan is. He's sweet. He's innocent. He minds his own business. He does his own thing, right? The kid, Krishan was new that year. He was new in 8th grade. The kid kept touching Krishan, and I told Krishan, I was like, yo, if you ever need anything, call my name, say help, and I'm gonna be there in like literally 2 seconds. So, what's it called? Have you been to Beaker? Did you go to Beaker?
Yeah, I went for like a few months.
So, you seen the boys' locker room, right?
No.
Okay, well, at the bottom floor of Beaker, it's the locker room, and right next to the locker room is a row of lockers. And then the stairs are also right next to the locker room. So, I hear Krishan, and I'm freaking out because I can't find this kid. All I hear is, Herman, help, and I'm like, where are you? And then they're all like, bro, he's outside the locker room. And I look at him, and the kid is grabbing Krishan's, like right here, he's grabbing him on his shoulder, and like just pulling him up, like pushing him. And bro, I snapped. I was so mad. The kid tried darting up the stairs. I grabbed his collar, grab his arm, and I slammed him into the locker. And I was like, I told you, leave the kid alone. Don't touch him. And he was like, bro, it's just a joke. Chill out. And I was like, don't touch him. If he tells you not to touch him, don't touch him. And he goes, no, bro, we set him. And like, I threw him, and then he ran up the stairs. And then, like, right where the picture of the sports teams are, and then the gymnasium doors, that's what it is. Mm. Right, he jumped off the gymnasium's like steps, and he hit the ground. And then you remember the old librarian, what was her name, Miss Berger?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I yelled in front of her, leave him alone or I'll kill you, in front of Miss Berger, because I didn't know she was in front of me. So it was him, Miss Berger, me. And I'm like, if you touch him again, I swear I'm going to kill you. She looks at me and she goes, whoa, calm down. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I was like, I didn't see you. My bad. And then I was sitting next to the school, and then he came up to me. He's like, Herman, it was just a joke. I was like, bro, I swear, leave me alone. And I swear I'm going to punch you. I was like, if you keep coming up to me, I'm going to hurt you, bro. Just leave me alone. And then the same year, another kid came in, and I had a crush on the guy that...
You had a crush
Herman's gay. No, I'm not gay. Rewind that. I had a crush on the girl that he had a crush on. Okay, listen. Okay, for the people in my class,
May I just say, I didn't say anything, but when you were talking about the gay dude in 8th grade being on Landon, he was like, well, he would have hated me.
Yeah.
You described yourself as gay.
Yeah,
you said you were gay.
How are you gonna get?
I didn't say that.
No.
You described. You said, "Oh, he would have hated me."
Connor's gay.
Here's the thing, because he said like, "Oh, he doesn't like being called babe." So that's why I said, "Oh, then he would hate me." Because
you were gonna call him babe. Yeah. Okay. Whatever. Anyways, let me continue. So the people who were in my 8th grade class, they know exactly what I'm talking about. He doesn't live here anymore. I think he moved over there to Kansas City. But he was.
I have no idea how long my mic was dead.
He was. He didn't tell it, like at first he didn't come out. He just told us he was straight. And I had a crush on the girl that he had a crush on. And me and her were really good friends then, and we would hang out sometimes. And I think he seen that and he didn't like that. So he disliked me. I had no problem against him. He just didn't like me. Then he tried to expose to one of my friends, saying one of my straight friends was hitting on him. And I was like, cap. And he's like, I have screenshots. And we're like, what?
Uh-oh.
We're like, no, you don't.
Right.
No, you not. And then after they broke up, like, he didn't have a problem with me after that. But we talked a little bit in high school. Not talk before you started swimming. We started, like, you know, having conversations. And I was like, well, you're the second guy I've ever had beef with in Martian. You just turned out to be gay. I promise you I'm not homophobic. And a lot of people were like, dude, like, Herman has to be homophobic. And I was like, why do you say that? And they're like, bro, the way, like, think about it. The last 2 guys you had beef with were gay. And I was like, that doesn't mean nothing. They're like, yes, it does. And I was like, oh, word? One of my boy cousins would be sitting right next to me. I'm like, rub his thigh. And they're like, okay, maybe you're not homophobic. I'm like, watch this. I'll pull pooks. I'm like, kiss me. And he goes, wait, no, I don't like it. And I'm like, you're gonna like it. I'm like, that's just how it is. No, because that's one of my favorite. Justin and Aiden are 2 of my favorite people to be fruity with.
Justin hates working with me. I make him so mad. Like, I bother him so much. He comes behind and I'll rub his back. I'm like, hey, buddy, you doing a good job today?
I would hate you too.
Like, he's like, Connor, leave me alone. I'm like, why? He's like, you're making me mad. I'm like, well, you're smiling. It was like, he gets so mad at me for, like, messing with him. And then one time I'm taking an order, and he walks up behind me. And I'm like, dude, can you leave me alone, please? I'm just trying to work.
Do you work at McDonald's too?
Mm-hmm. They only scheduled me one day, though.
I'm about to work with you guys.
You should. But yeah, he was like he just came up behind me. I'm like, Justin, dude, leave me alone. Because I'm like, dude, I'm trying to work. Leave me alone. And he walks away. He's like, he just starts laughing. Because the whole day I was just messing with him, making him mad.
No, one thing I do with Justin, I am way more fruity with, like, I act way more fruity towards Justin than I do with Aiden. Because as Justin, like, if you mess with Aiden, like, he's not going to move around much. He's going to just sit and move his head, right? But with Justin, whenever he tries to run, it's like the hunt is on. Like, it's funny. Like, you know, he'll try to run. I'll do like a double leg takedown on him and like just push him down. Like, you're not going nowhere. And you try scrambling on the floor. it's a show, and I love doing it. But I'll admit there are times where I push the boundaries, and he's like, Hermo, please get off. I'm like, never. You're gonna like this. And he's like, and then Aiden's like, Aiden's just watching it. And then Justin would like scramble. Then he'll look at Aiden and he'll go, so you're not gonna help me? You're not gonna do nothing? And then we'll go, nah, you look like you got it. I was just like, dude, I promise you, I've been trying to calm down on being fruity and stuff, because I've seen that a bunch of my like micro boys are hating it. They've hated it. I've been doing it to them for a while, especially Lino. I am with Lino almost 24/7. Lino and Carson, my 2 boys, I love those 2 dudes. Shut your mouth.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
I love my boys. Lino and Carson, those are my brothers. And Lino hates it when I act. Lino hates it when I act fruity, bro. And it's weird because I've done it to him for so long and the most, and he does it to Carson. He does it to Zono. Lino acts fruity towards Zono, and Zono hates it. Zono hates it when Lino does it, and then Zono will act fruity towards me. So it's like a big old triangle that. So like I do it to Lino, Lino does it to Zono, Zono does it to me. He hates it when he does it. He hates it when he does it. And I hate it when you know. But like if you ever see Lino with me and you see me like ever see me like touch him, I'll go, hey yo, bro, chill out, bro. I'm not with none of that. Then he'll walk up to Carson, I'm like, hey Carson. And I'll be like, that you was with none of that, bro. If you're not attracted to me, that's all you gotta say. Like, that's it. And it's crazy because a lot of like people I meet on social media, like a lot of girls I meet on social media, if I ever FaceTime them, they see how I act towards my boys, they'll ask me. I've been asked if I'm like actually gay. Like I think I've been asked more if I'm gay than I have been asked if I'm Mexican. Because I'm being so serious. Like, whenever I got to Marshall, the El Salvadorian kids that were at my lunch table, they had no clue I wasn't Hispanic. They were just speaking to me in Spanish. You know what I was doing? Yep. And then it got to like 12 minutes in conversation. They're like, you have no idea what we're saying, huh? And I was like, no. I was like, I don't. They're like, what are you? I was like, I'm Micronesian.
I've had to tell people that like, or like hang out with like you or or anything, and I'm like, someone say like, oh, like say like, you guys are Mexican. I'm like they're not Mexican. I'm like, they're not Mexican.
That's not like every single time. Like I bring up you and like to a person,
Like, oh, that's
like
Mexican?
in my family, and they don't know what like anything about like just the different like Islanders like.
Brown doesn't know Spain.
Yeah, and they'll be like, so what is he? Is he Mexican? I'm like, no. I'm like, you don't know Micronesia, but he's an island, and they're like, oh, okay.
Dude,
and like
your mom is goated. The first time I ever met his mom and I hung out with them, she took me out to New China. I love your mom so much.
Yeah, because me and Maddie always just like compliment you and just like, man, he just.
I
love you and your family.
His mom will invite me before. Sometimes he'll invite me. Cause like I remember like at the tennis thing, she's like, "You want to come to China in with us?" I'm like, "Sure." And it's like, "Oh yeah, you can go if you want."
Tell your mom we gotta do that sometime. But whenever I get money, so she don't gotta pay for me.
She'll pay for you.
She did that to me one time. I was like, "Oh yeah."
She's
like,
not
no.
gonna.
It's like you're fine. I can pay for you. I'm like, okay.
Just tell your mom.
I never
tell your mom I'm free.
And I never deny.
I'm ready.
I never deny money twice.
Shut up, Hunter.
I will never. I'll say no, it's fine. I'll say no, really, okay. I will never, because I hate, I cringe so hard when I hear those conversations. Like, no, please, yes, no, please don't give me any money. Yeah, I want you, no, please. I'm like, just take the freaking money.
I'm like that though.
So I'm just like, all right, fine. You want to get to me?
I'm kind of glad, like, I'm kind of glad that my
your
friends, like, they like, what's it called? Educating their families about where I'm from, because you're kind of standing up for me, but you're doing it in a nice way where they can learn it. And with us, like with Islanders, so we're all Oceania, but like we're split into like 3 groups. So you have the Micronesians, you have the Polynesians, and then you have the Melanesians. I can't really name islands from Polynesia, from the Polynesians and the Melanesians, but I know Fiji is part of the Melanesian islands. That's one of the islands I definitely know is part of the Melanesians. Polynesians are the most known Islanders. They are the ones that are like most known for hula dancing, or they're most known for being in the NFL, or like any sports, or they're known for The Rock and Moana. Polynesians,
Yeah.
And whenever Moana came out, that was
they ruined it for you.
That was the thing for me in school, man. It was, dude.
You're the guy from
Maui. I'm like, no. I was like, I'm not Maui.
Don't you want to be though? He's so cool.
He is cool, but I don't want to be.
He's voiced by Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
See? Literally, I'm like, my people are known for 2 people, and it's literally the same guy. It's literally the same guy. And I've been, so in 7th grade, Marshall was the last time we hit. I've been to 4 different middle schools in 7th grade. I started with Geyser Middle School in Vancouver, Washington. Then I went to Explorer Middle School in Everett, Washington. That's right next to Seattle. Evergreen Middle School, and then I finally got to Beaker. And I think it was while I was in Evergreen, someone was like, dude, you're Islander, right? I'm like, yeah, I'm Islander. They're like, dude, so they're like, are you from where The Rock's from? And I got so mad of hearing that. I was like, dude, let me tell you something. You didn't know this, but don't tell anybody. Keep it like top secret. The Rock is my uncle. They're like, no way. I'm like, him and my dad, brothers. And they're like, for real? And I was like, swear, dude. Don't keep it a secret, though. And then it went around the school because they don't know how to keep secrets. Like, dude, did you hear that Herman's like uncle's a Rock? And then there was actually a Samoan girl in our school who went, and The Rock is from Samoa, right?
Yeah.
And then she was like, you're not related to The Rock. And I was like, how you know that? She goes, because you have no hint of Samoan in you. Yes, you're Islander, but you don't have no Samoan. And I was like, so? I was like, I can still be related to The Rock. That's like my in-law. And she goes, liar. And so she started going around like, he's not related to The Rock, he's not Samoan. And people were like, I don't understand what that means, but okay. If he's not Samoan, he's not related to The Rock. But I think the most recent one was I'm related to the Usos and Roman Reigns. I'm a big WWE fan. Like, I'm a WWE geek. I don't go around showing people that no more, but if anyone, like, if a girl was ever to offer me tickets, I'm marrying that girl. That's just how it is, bro. Like, if she's Micronesian. Bro, y'all need to try an Islander someday. I could put y'all on. And just no one from this town, but I could put y'all on.
Didn't you say some of your cousins thought I was cute?
Bro,
I mean,
Connor,
just asking.
I swear you said you were gonna call Landon, babe. Don't even come at me, bro.
Just saying.
Don't come on me, bro. Like, that's...
What? I'm just, you said
No, I didn't.
Some of your cousins thought I was cute, so
That I said that.
yeah, you told me. I said because I had to jump you off one time. You're like, nah, bro, because I have cousins that think you're cute. Don't jump me off there.
You know Keandra?
Yeah.
In 7th grade, bro. I'm like, you know who you remind me of? In my defense, just a bit. in my defense, just a bit. I'm pretty sure she was like wearing flowers or something.
Yeah.
But I'm like, bro, you remind me of Lilo from Lilo and Stitch. And I'm like, and I look back and I'm like, the only reason you said that, Aiden, was because she's an Islander and she was wearing like red flowers. I'm like, bro. I cringe when I look back at that.
So Keandra, the cool thing about me and Keandra, we didn't meet in Marshall. She was one of the last people I seen in Washington. Mm-hmm. Her aunt is married to my first cousin, and so I got down here, and we went to the Black Court, and she called me by my real name, and I had not introduced myself as my real name to anybody, and so she saw me, she goes, Junior, and I was like, oh no, I was like, how do you? I don't even know you. Who are you? She goes, I'm Maymay, and don't call her that. She'll kill you. Anyways, she's like, I'm Maymay. And I was like,
hey, are you Maymay?
I was like, yeah. She said she was Maymay. I was like, Maymay. I was like, Maymay who? She goes, Maymay from Marysville. And I was like, I'm sorry, dude. Am I supposed to know you or like? And then she brought up her older sister, and I was like, oh, you're Kiana's little sister. I remember you had red hair back then. What's good? What you doing here? I was like, wait, what are you doing here? She goes, I live here. And I was like, no way. I live here now. And then she was like, what? You left? And I was like, well, yeah, I'm here now. So yeah, I left. And then we were like, we were catching up. And I was like, dude, that's crazy. I mean, like a small world that we ended up in the same town. Small town in freaking Missouri, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I loved this town when I first came here. But
It's rough.
yeah. And a lot of, like, I could say, I don't know, like, a lot of stuff has put a lot of dirt on my name, like, through situations I've been in.
Mm-hmm.
And really, to be fair to anybody that has a, like, issue with me, I really don't give a crap. If you have an issue with me, that's on you, buddy, because I'm not beefing with you.
I hate when people tell me that they do. I'm like, bro,
How?
Because I'm not gonna name any names,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a girl that we know.
Yeah. Oh.
She was like,
He's a creep.
Yeah, he's a creep. I'm like, okay.
Oh, yeah, okay, I'm a creep. Oh, what?
I mean, you're not wrong. Oh, I'm the creep.
I'm a creep. But no, because she seen me a lot recently because I hang out with Jofus, and he's always at Buddy's house.
Yeah.
And she goes there sometimes and wait, I swear I got a streak with her. Hold on, let me.
She's gonna know who she is. Maybe.
Nah, it doesn't matter. Well, you didn't name her name. So.
Yeah, I was about to say. Yeah, I got a whole 6-day fire streak with her. But what the heck? Hey, honestly, a lot of people going around like they're calling me creep and stuff, but a lot of it has been mistaken. Because
Do you know why they call you that?
I do know why.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've flirted a lot, but I don't think it's like to the point where I've gotten to creep. Like it's not like I'm stalking them type stuff.
That's what one thing I hate about like girls. It's just like the tables can turn, but you're completely fine. But when it goes to me, you're just like.
Mm-hmm. I think what it is
double
because
standards.
not only have I like flirted with them, I have flirted like probably with them and their friends. When I'm bored, I just do that. Like not no more, but whenever I was bored, I would just flirt. And that's
I'm a very big flirt. I get told a lot because at work I'll be told like, Corey, you were flirting with that girl all shift. I'm like, it's not. A lot of times it's not on purpose. You know when it's on purpose with me. Well, I know when it's on purpose because I'm the one doing it.
Mm-hmm.
My cousin makes fun of me because whenever she was at camp, she's somebody flirting with. Let me just make sure you guys know this.
I know.
Not one of the younger girls, but one of the helpers. All right. because I just want to make sure. Because even my own kids that I was watching there were calling me. They're like, I said one time, I'm like, to one of my kids, he's like saying, "Oh, all the girls are looking at me." Like, nah, they're looking at me. Yeah, it sounded so bad, and they
Connor,
did not
I
let that
can't,
go.
like, even if you do say something about, like, a younger girl, I can't really judge you because I was being called the super senior of the year because my last girlfriend was freshman. And so this is about that relationship. I have so much love for that girl. Like, to this day, like, even though we're broken up, I love Maybella. Like, she was sweetest. She showed me what real love was. She gave me time. She gave me attention. She gave me everything I could ever ask for. It just sucked that she went back to the islands, and then the time zone was so bad that I couldn't keep up with her. Whenever she was going to sleep, I would be waking up. Whenever I was going to sleep, she was waking up. And it was really bad because I really did want to talk to her 24/7. But then, her being a freshman, me being a senior, she had started school. Like, she was going to start school again.
Yeah.
And I just knew she was going to be busy. But don't get me wrong. I consider her like my first real love. Like, that's my first true love. And she's helped me with a lot. Like, whenever we got into a fight, she was like the first person to ever like sit down with me, not leave me because we fought, and like talk the situation out with me. And the only opinions that mattered to me and her were, what did we think about it? Because she liked me, I liked her, and we liked each other, and we were feeling each other. And then it was, what do the micros think about it? Because I don't want to be judged. She didn't want to be judged, I didn't want to be judged. I went around and I started asking them. I was like, what do you guys think about me? And like, what would you guys think if I got with Maybella? They're like, bro, I would support it. You guys would be so cute together. And then, so I told her, she's like, oh, okay, as long as they're good, I'm going to be good. So, we got together. And then that's when a bunch of my Americana friends,
I didn't say nothing.
was like, wait, your girl's a what? What a weirdo. And I was like, bro, it's not even like that.
That's probably why people call you a creep.
Bro, but see, honestly, they can call me a creep, but my girl was more mature as a freshman than they will ever be.
That's probably true, actually.
For her age, she was so mature. She was like.
Well, that's why age a lot of times matters. I mean, honestly, age can matter a lot if it's wow. Mm-hmm. But like when it comes to if you're like you guys, it's because of maturity. Mm-hmm. A lot of times, like if they're like an immature little girl, then it will be weird.
Yeah. I think that's one thing that really tried to make her, like how mature she was for her age. Like, she was mature and she was innocent and she was a woman of God. So I was just like, yo, green flags. Like, green flags are everywhere. And, like the last couple of people I have been with, they haven't really been like innocent. Like, there was always something wrong with them. Like, they always like.
Tell me about it.
They always vape, they always smoke, drink, or they were always, premarital sex. Mm. And so, but her, it was like none of that. Like, she just listened to me. She would talk to me, and like we would talk about. I could go on about like my whole day, and she wouldn't care whenever I was out with my boys and didn't text her for a minute. I'd be like, hey, I'll be if we're together today. Hey, I'm gonna be doing a podcast with Connor and Aiden, so if I don't text you back, it's because I'm focusing it. She'll be like, no, it's okay. I hope you have fun. Make sure that and like da. And that's why I had so much respect for her, because she was such an understanding person, and she was so respectful. And her like. So whenever we broke up, I was crying, bro. Like, it takes a lot to make me cry, because I didn't even cry at my own dad's funeral. And so whenever we broke up, man, it was tears coming down my face. And I think what I was, like, the reason I was crying was not because I lost her, was because I felt like someone else was going to do a better job than I did. Because I really gave it my all in that relationship. And so I was like, man, she's going to move on. She's going to find someone better. She's going to find someone, and I'm never going to talk to her again. And it sucks because we don't talk. we don't talk now. And I really do want to be friends with her. And but I know I really did mess up. And she's living good. Like, from what I'm hearing, she's having the time of her life back home. And I'm happy she's home because she's with all of her friends that she grew up with. She's in school. She's focused. And her mom came down. Her mom came from Pohnpei, whatever. Whenever I think I was like one of my first couple weeks back, and because her older brother had his baby, and then I seen her. No, I didn't even see her. I was walking out from the registers, like the self checkout.
Yeah.
I was walking out. All I hear was, "Hi, Herman," And I was like, I know that voice. And I was like, I don't want to turn her off. I have to turn around. And I was like, please don't be who it is. Boom. Bella's mom. And I was like, I have to go give her a hug. And I was so happy to see her. I was like, hi. I was like, so nice to see you. I gave her a hug, you know, and like she rubbed my back. She goes, how are you? How you been? I was like, good. And I looked at her. I was like, how's Maybella? Oh, she's okay. She's doing good. And I was like, that's good. I just, whenever you see her, tell her I said hi. She's like, okay. But her older sister was with her mom too, and her older sister gave me that look of, I know you guys aren't together no more. So it's kind of weird that you're talking to my mom. But you know, I still respect her family.
Yeah.
Like I still love her family, and I still love that girl. But we both got to the point where both of us have moved on, and we are out open to seeking new partners. But whatever God's plan is, like if He brings us back together, that'll be dope. I'm just saying, like that'll be cool.
Now, whenever you said that, like she was like, especially because you're the first love, I cannot relate to that at all. Either, but with like the girls I talk to,
Yeah.
no offense to any of them, but it's never.
No, all offense for real.
No, it's like my actual relationship, the first one I actually had, when it ended, I was just like,
Oh well.
no, I was like upset by it, but I was like, it's just not meant to be.
Mm.
And then like, I never was like, wow, it's my first love. It's so special to me. I was like, yeah, it's whatever now. Because then I started talking to like another girl after that. Then that is very complicated. That girl, it's very complicated. But anyways, but yeah, like I remember when I was like, coming back, I was like, I don't really care. I want to be cool, but I don't need to be friends with her. Because for the play we had to be like okay with each other, so we were. And then she was like awkward a lot. She was getting me on a podcast actually.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Oh.
I made her pay, to be honest. Because I was like, if you want to be honest, you gotta pay me.
Dude, you know what's crazy? There's only one Micronesian couple that was a Micronesian couple last year that's still together today.
Really?
Because they're married now.
Wow.
And they're expecting a child. Congratulations to Vino and DeAndre. You guys, man, y'all about to be parents, bro. High school sweethearts. Look at y'all. Vino and DeAndre, they're special people. Really special people. I love the both of them like so much, and I respect them. But me and Mabel are not together no more. Lino and the girl he was with is not together. Francis and the girl he was with is not together. And I go to church with Francis's ex, and you know we're song leaders now for our youth, and we were singing songs. And "Perfect" by Ed Sheeran came on, and we both started laughing because we're like, "Yo, this is the last like song we slow dance to," and she was with Francis like right next to me and Mabella, and so we were both laughing about the song, and then as soon as she left, I like looked down, I was like, "Dang, I remember that." I was like, I remember slow dancing to that. And then fast forward a couple days later, my cousin like Steen sends me the video of me slow dancing with Mabella to that song. I was like, I look so weird when I'm slow dancing. Bro.
You trying to make me cry.
Yeah, bro. Like I was like, why are you trying to get me emotional? I'm a top dog now. I can't be crying at shit.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
Last question because we don't got.
No, we can keep going. Okay.
I thought it was at 20%.
Oh,
So we're
it's
gonna
fine. But anyway, as a Micronesian, as a Pacific Islander,
Yeah.
do you think that I'm sorry,
I'm scared about these questions. But go ahead.
do you think the media, or like, when I say media, not like news outlets, I mean like
Social
TikTok,
media?
yeah, social media.
Okay.
Do you think they're representing you guys more than they were, or do you feel like it's like, because I feel like as Americans, because when you like, I mean, when I don't want to say swarming, but when like we got more islanders and islanders coming in, a lot of us are not arrogant, but just like uneducated about the islanders and everything. We don't know anything. Do you think? I guess it's two questions. That was the first one. The second one is: do you think the schools should teach like?
Oh, about like Pacific Islander,
yeah,
heritage? Oh yeah, most definitely. I think it's I think yes, I do think that they should teach because there was a comment. I'm not gonna name any names. Nick Arnold. That was made about my girls dancing, and a lot of them really got hurt. A lot of them were really offended. And my boys would always show me, like, you know this kid? And I was like, please don't do nothing to him. I was like, please. They're like, bro, we can only take so much for where you can tell us what to, like, who not to hurt and who to hurt. But I was just like, please. But social media, yes, because I think they are representing us pretty good. Because most of the people who are representing it is people from the islands. Like, like if I ever get questioned, like if someone from social media added me and they were like not Pacific Islander and they were like asking me about my culture, I feel like I would know who to go with, like with friends on TikTok or one educated Islander in our town is Deandra. Like she's really educated on island heritage, island history, and she can she's so educated that she knows what dances are from which island, and it's pretty cool because I never met a Micronesian like that. I just know they explain it how I explain it. Like there's Polynesia, there's Melanesia, and there's Micronesia. That's how they usually explain it. But she'll go in full detail and make sure you know what you're talking about. And social media now the one that I seen I seen people teaching languages and teaching our history, teaching us how Christianity was brought onto our island because we used to be just warriors and stuff. And I think we're getting represented pretty well though. And I love representing my island. I've never been to Chuk. Don't get me wrong. I've never been to Chuk. I was born in Guam. In 8 months, I went straight to the States. But I would always talk to my family about it, and they would always tell me, oh, it's a beautiful island. You should really go. And then I was just like, you know what? One day I'm going to go visit my home island, check it out, and then come back and teach everyone whatever I learned over there. One thing I do got to do before I do that is learn my own language before I get screwed over. Because one thing I don't know about me, I don't know how to speak my language. I understand it perfectly. I don't know how to speak it. But yeah, I think it'd be cool. I don't think schools shouldn't just teach about Pacific Islander heritage. They should teach about also other cultures' heritage.
Of course,
Hispanic heritage, and
Because I don't think they'd ever do a core class of it, but I feel it's not a Spanish class. You know how Spanish is? They do a Spanish class. We learn about that stuff. I think that would be good for them because I think they are actually trying to do that at our school.
You know how happy I was whenever I heard they made a Pacific Islanders club. At first I was pissed. I'm not gonna lie. I was mad. I was like, Mr. Hernandez, really? You gonna do this as soon as I leave? Bro, timing is so whack. But then again, I can't blame her because protest. Anyways, but I was happy because my little cousin Kikaponya, she seemed really excited about it. She's like, oh my god, they made a Pacific Islanders club. And you guys didn't know this, but the last dance they did, the one that Arnold commented on, we were actually supposed to do a different dance, and I was invited to come back and dance with them. Yeah. But unfortunately, it was only me and Leno who would volunteer for the boys, so they had to drop us, and they're like, we'll just do this one. And I was like, okay. I was like, don't matter to me. But I miss dancing so bad. And nowadays, we don't do much, bro. None of our dance group is not together. I stay home and I try to make music. Try to make music. I got one song out, by the way. It's on SoundCloud. So if y'all
you shove it on Spotify.
Feeling it? Oh, I can't.
Why?
The beat is not mine. I have to pay for it. I can't make money off of it, but it is on SoundCloud. So
honestly, can you make money from putting it on Spotify, anyways? Right now, how does Spotify work?
No. We have to talk to Aiden.
Yeah, I was about to say we might have to talk to Pooks about that one.
Yeah, but YouTube, since Aiden showed me that they changed their things. You need only 500 subscribers now instead of 1,000, and 3,000 watch hours instead of 4,000. So
yeah, on YouTube.
We're 1,000. What do you call that? We're 1,000 closer now.
Look at you guys. Go you guys. I'm so proud of you too,
dude. Going off the question I asked, do you think there should be more representation within celebrities and
Yeah, I do, because I think whenever someone thinks about a Pacific Islander, the first person that goes to the top of their head.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
See, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and there is some people that have Pacific Islander blood in them that you actually that we don't know about. And one of them was a member of. She's a member of a female group. I forgot what it was called. I think it was either Little Mix or if it was Fifth Harmony. I can't remember.
Oh, yeah.
I had no clue she was an Islander until she posted a video for Asian American Pacific Islander month. Yeah, I had no clue she was an Islander until she posted videos for the home island. I was like, oh wow. I was like, wow. And like, I think celebrities like should be like a little more open on their culture, and you know. And there's one that surprised me. Chris Pratt. You guys seen Chris Pratt?
Mm-hmm.
Chris Pratt?
Yeah, the Star-Lord.
Yeah. Mario?
Yeah, he was at a
Lego movie.
Kids' Choice
Garfield?
Award, and he's the first celebrity I've ever seen like thank Jesus Christ
Oh yeah.
at an award. And I was like, whoa, that's pretty cool.
The new Black Panther.
Mm-hmm.
He's playing Black Panther actually too. Chris Pratt? Chris Pratt. He's the new Black Panther actually.
What? What are you talking about?
Shut up.
I was making a joke, you know, because Chris Pratt's everyone.
The girl in Black Panther, his brother,
The sister?
yeah, the sister,
Oh, Shuri?
yeah, she did like something like that too, and I'm like, man, we getting some rep.
She shared her
Christians.
testimony somewhere. I forgot where it was, but I saw a video. She shared her testimony.
Yeah, dude, I was talking to a youth group today, and it was like, how TV and music is like influencing kids to like do stuff like at a really young age, and we were talking about how like a lot of Christians like get shut down like whenever they try speaking about their like beliefs and stuff. And I remember I was watching this one video on TikTok and it made me really sad. It was this guy getting baptized, and it was LGBTQ community spraying him with like silly string. I was like, dude, why? I was like, why?
That makes me like so like mad. It's just like, because I have no hate towards like, you know, like LGBT, of course, but it's just like way to like represent like way to represent for like your community and stuff by doing
like as a Christian, because we're not supposed to spread hate at all.
Yeah,
we're supposed to. Well, we don't claim to. Who are they?
Westboro Baptist
we don't
Church.
claim to at all.
They're
racist. God hates. That's.com.
No way.
It is, bro.
It is.
My parents went to, you know, Elevation, or no, it was either Hillsong or Elevation. It's one of those. They're like a Christian song group.
Yeah.
They go on tour, Westboro Baptist Church, and they go on tour, and they were there in Kansas City one day, the exact same day my parents went. They were holding up signs that just said God hates. And it's just like, wow, way to represent us.
Yeah.
It's just like that's what like the left. Like,
that's what they push. Like, everyone's like
so you guys do hate us. It's like, no, we don't hate you.
But like I was saying about like the baptizing thing, I was thinking about that because like kind of makes it hard like as Christians not to be hateful, because if you see that it's like that would be a jerk. But then you see Westboro like, well, then I'd be like that. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
See, with me being Christian, like in school, like I didn't really like put out there like I was a Christian. Like my faith was not like as strong as it is now. But I did defend like my religion and my beliefs when like any chance like it got brought up. There was a kid in my class, I think it was freshman or sophomore year. All I heard was someone screaming around the locker room, "Your God is fake. Jesus Christ is not real. Your God is fake. Jesus Christ is not real." And that was the part that was like the time of my life where I was like, you know, being bad. I was out there smoking. I was out there drinking, vaping. And I was out there fighting. So I was like, who is this kid? And everyone was silent. Like, and I've seen like kids who like claim to be like, who are like claim to be there also like love God and like Christians and like heavy Christians, but everyone was just sitting there and taking it. And it made me mad. I looked at him. I was like, shut up. And he's like, what? I was like, Jesus Christ is real. My God is real. And one day you're gonna see it for yourself. And I feel like, if you don't, that's on you. And then like. He was just like, he's not real. He goes, how do you know he's real? I was like, because I know he's real. He's real. And I was like, I don't need to go into it. And he's like, well, I'm atheist. I was like, well, I'm a Christian, dude. And I was like, I don't know, what do you want me to tell you? And he goes, explain to me, like, how he's real. I was like, bro, he's done so many things for me, and he's done things for you too, and you just haven't noticed that he's the one that's been doing it.
That's like the right way to respond to that stuff. Because as Christians, we like whenever people like come at us for our religion, we think quote the Bible, which is right. We should quote the Bible and stuff, but they don't care about that. Why would they care about hearing like words from a book they don't believe in? They want to hear why it's you. Like, why do you believe in Christ? And that's like I feel like a lot of Christians struggle with that. Like, oh, why are you Christian? Well, John 3:16 says like they don't care what John 3:16 says. They care what you say. Because we are to be like whenever people say like whenever you hear like these guys saying, oh, we should be witnesses. Like, we should be like, that means, like, we should act like a witness, testifying for him, not just quoting verses they don't believe in.
Yeah. There was this video, there's a preacher, and he was also like, someone was like, how do you know God is real? Like, how do you know Jesus was real? He goes, you don't got no pictures, there's no paintings of him, no one's ever seen him, and he goes, the Bible is the documents, like, the Bible is the documents, and then he was just like, he's like, how do you know that? And then he goes, how do you know George Washington was real? He goes, have you ever seen him? Have you ever met him? You ever see videos or pictures of him? Besides the painting? He was like, no. He goes, exactly. And
see paintings of Jesus?
Yeah, I was like, and then he was like, exactly. And I was like, oh, you got you! I was like, that look dumb.
Yeah, I think that also like people are questioning his God's existence. Usually, like, look around you, bro. To those trees. To those I spotted to those trees. He has frogs, man.
Yeah, dude, my dad, he was one of the Christians that were like real. He was like old school, like he was homophobic, transphobic, and you know, he also was like he didn't like people of color, which didn't make sense because we are people of color, and like whenever I wear this shirt, I want them to know I am not my dad. Like I love everybody, and so there's one time Dakari and Owen came. And my dad hated both of them. He hated Dakari and Owen. Those were two of my closest friends. And he just hated them because they were black. And then I talked to him, I was like, you gotta give them a chance someday. He's like, you used to work with black people. He goes, those were funny black people. I was like, they are funny black people. She's like, I was like, why do you think I'm friends with them? And then there was one time someone was he saw a gay guy on the bus, and this is when we were homeless, and my dad would talk to my mom. He's like, I feel like this is my karma for me being racist and for me being against all these people. She goes, no. She's like, no. Everything happens for a reason. And so he talked to the gay dude. The gay dude turned out to be homeless too, and he was going to the same shelter we were. And he sat there and he just started preaching to him, started sharing testimony, and then after that, the guy started coming to our church, and it was like he kept coming and coming, and my dad was like, see, I accept all people. And I was like, as you should. But about the comment that you made, like 5 years ago when we were in Portland, you hate him. And he was just like, that was the old me. I was like, you are the old me. I was like, you haven't
What do you mean? You're just getting older.
Yeah, I was like, everything I see is the same. For real, like, that's just how it is. And a lot of people, like, dude, when I tell you, I suck at quitting, like, bad habits, and, like,
really?
I suck at quitting smoking, vaping, and drinking. I suck at quitting, and I've been, like, posting, like, all these, like, lately I've been quoting, like, Bible verses on, that I've highlighted in the Bible, and on my Instagram story, that I can, like, personally connect with, and then one of the girls from my church was, like, she called me a fake soul name, like, which is, like, a fake Christian, you know,
yeah.
a fake believer, and so I was just, like, I'm not fake. I was like, I really do believe in God's word. Yeah. As soon as I got rid of this, I swear. I was like, I'm gonna be stronger within than you'll ever know. Someone asked me, like, you think you'll ever be a pastor one day? I was like, I don't think I'll. I was like, personally, I don't think I'll ever be a pastor. I was like, but someone that shares the word with other people, probably.
Why wouldn't you be a pastor? If you don't mind me asking.
Me personally, I don't know. Like, I don't think I could ever see myself in the pastor position. But I don't know what's gonna happen in my life. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what's playing for me. Because my dad, he used to be the same exact way as me. Like, at 16,
my dad was like that too.
At 16, he was smoking and drinking, and then boom, he became senior pastor of our church in Kansas.
My dad was a completely different person in high school and throughout his college until, my mom, who was also very rebellious at the time, but she was so Christian. Mm-hmm. So when she met my dad, she was like, I'm gonna be a Christian more. I'm gonna make you a Christian too. And it worked out. And then my dad's
That's the type of woman we love.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I want a girl that's like I want a girl like I feel like I'm gonna find my future wife reading her Bible one day. That's how I'm gonna meet her. It's like, what you read? It's actually weird that I say that actually, because I'm not gonna say who it was, but she was actually my Micronesia girl. As a class, it's like I started reading her Bible. I'm like, what are you reading? I'm like, and now that I say that, I'm like, oh wait.
Alicia.
It was Alicia. Yeah. I was like, I started reading her Bible. I'm like, what are you reading? She's like, I don't know what it was. It was probably Revelation.
I'm so proud.
And I'm like, that is it. No, it was Corinthians. I don't remember. It was one of the two. I'm like, That's a good book.
I'm so proud of those kids in the Micronesian martial youth because a lot of them have they used to be different too. Like they used to be rebellious even for them at being a young age. But I see at first I used to be really judgmental because it was just 4 missionaries that came out of nowhere and they just influenced our kids to follow Jesus.
Yeah.
And it blew my mind. I was like, what is this? I was like, what did you do to our kids? Why did you brainwash them? And I was talking to them and they were just like, dude, man, I really love God. I love God more than anything. And I was like, whoa. I was like, I didn't know you could get like this. And they were telling me yeah, I've been fasting. I've been reading my Bible. And they're in Hawaii right now. They are in Hawaii right now at the biggest youth convention for Micronesians. And I met this one girl off of TikTok. She's Micronesian too. Really nice girl. I shared a Bible verse with her, and she was like, "Thank you, I feel so blessed." And then one day I shared it with her. She shared one right back. And I was like, "That's what I like to see."
Yeah.
I was like, "That's what I like to see."
It's hard to find that though. It feels like impossible to find a girl like that now.
I'm sorry, but if a girl, for me, even if it's a beautiful Micronesian girl and I find her the most attractive, if she does not believe in God or she's not willing to even try to listen to the word or get into it a little bit, not get into it, but try to hear it, then to me I feel like I can never be with her. I can never hear her. I could try to teach her something, but if she's consistent enough, no, I don't like it, no, I don't want to hear it, no, I'm gonna reject it now.
Yeah, whenever I had whenever I was dating, it was always in the back of my mind this is if I were to find a girl who was really on fire for the Lord, I would probably break up with this girl right now, but I could not bring myself to that. Dude, it was so hard for me to I'm but maybe she'll get there. And she broke up with me, and a week after I was it's nothing against her, but it was I needed to get out of that. It's I want to find someone who was actually on fire. Then I started liking another girl. I'm my she's not what I want, but I like her. So, and then that time I was nope, I'm done. I quit it. I'm hey.
God really came in clutch, huh?
Yeah.
He's like, hold on, let me.
It's if you ain't gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I was I'm right now. I really want to find that girl, and this. The girl I like right now, I'm gonna honestly, I'm gonna hang out with her and see what she's like, and if she's not like what I want, then I'm gonna call it quits immediately.
I feel petty for saying this, but whenever I find a girl or and we start decide to start a family, I'm gonna have my kid be born in a big city just so he can say he wasn't born in Marshall, and then come back so he'd be like, yeah, I came from that side. Or who's your dad? I'm Herman. No way! We know about Herman. What? But we're from that side. No, you guys were from here first. So, no, we weren't. No, we weren't. And that's what I wanted. Dice. So Dice, you know how he has a kid now, right? He has a son.
Yeah.
He's kind of, he's okay, your turn. I'm whoa! I'm not like that, buddy. I was I'm not ready to just pump one in and then have a mini me running around. And one of our other friends, he's gonna be. I'm not gonna say who. You guys are gonna find out for yourself. He's gonna be a dad too, and so I'm excited.
Is that the ones that you were talking about?
Huh?
The couple, high school sweethearts. Did you just?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, but they are gonna be parents. But this guy, he's let's just say, he was part of our cast, and
like theater cast.
Sure. Yeah.
Or do you mean the XO cast?
No, theater cast.
Actually. Are they still?
Oh, that doesn't even. That looks like I'm trying to throw up gang signs.
I can't.
I'll tell you whenever
Okay.
Speaking of which,
Now
yeah, guys.
Huh? Now you want to end it. It's only at 2 hours.
Yeah.
I told Herman that. I'm we're just an hour. We'll get you to church on time, and it's
okay. I'm not sure.
It's supposed to be at 3:25 minutes.
Right now. If y'all know micros, we love running on micro time. It's just.
Oh yeah, tell me about it. When I threw that party.
Shut up.
Everyone shut up after I left.
No, because I didn't even. You can't do that to me because that was a surprise going away party. I had no idea about it.
I had I told everyone hey, tell them all. I told Jeremiah, I was yeah, I know all of them. I'm all right, tell them all. 3 of them show up. I'm is this all of them? Like, I know this ain't all of them.
Yeah, I seen him drive by me, and I was like,
Yeah.
that's not Connor. I know him.
But yeah, I was like, and then I think it was you. He's like, yeah, they all showed up like at like 4. I'm like, well, at least they came.
Yeah, bro.
At least they came eventually.
Yeah.
There was so much food though. I felt so bad. I'm like, there's not a lot of people. There's so much food here. Like I shouldn't even made the burgers because there was plenty of food.
Bro, you should have
invited
invited more
burgers.
Americans.
Brought the pepper and salt though.
Yeah, bro, so many people hate my burgers. I'm like, guys, I have never cooked in a charcoal grill, so you can't hate me that much. You can't hate me that much.
But I wanna like say one more thing before we go.
Word.
Oh, guys, see you later.
So would I.
In the beginning, you were like talking about how like your culture, or just the ones in Marshall, like the micros, like about like how people hate. Yeah. I don't. I of course I don't represent all white people, of course, especially the racist ones. But I just wanna say that like that not all white people in Marshall, I don't know about that. I think they have good impressions of you, especially like at big events, because when there's someone like a Pacific Islander graduating or something, and my dad after he was like, man, I love Micronesians.
Yeah.
He was like, they know how to like cheer people on and stuff. I'm like, yeah, man.
Whenever we hear not to cheer, we just
we just
ignore
stupid.
that. Yeah, we just ignore that. We're gonna cheer, bro. There's like you're not gonna tell us that. And we always get the same looks. It's the what was that look or the bruh.
Yeah, you're gonna have like those guys. That
then you have people out. I look up and I see people in the stadium like smiling. I'm like, oh, they really like.
Well, laughing at you.
Shut up, bozo. Watch when no one cheers for you next year. Let's see, who are you? You're gonna say Tayshawn, and then you're gonna hear like the stadium roar. Then it's Connor Slusher. Woo!
I feel like
guys, I'm so happy people actually clapped for me because I was listening to the video. I'm like, oh, thank God. Like it wasn't just whoa.
Yeah.
Just like a.
Yeah, facts. Not to any Americans, not just in Marshall or like anywhere else. Like we're not. Me and my people, we're not bad people. Like we just. A lot of us come from different backgrounds, and if you get to know us, we're actually like really cool people. We're really chill. We accept anybody. Just we're really easily like we're easy tempered. So if we get mad at you, just forgive us. It's temporary mad, unless you do something that's really gonna affect us in the future. But other than that, Micronesians, we're loving. Like not just Micronesians, but every islander. Like we're all loving. We're all accepting, and that's just how it is.
Plus, guys, they make really good remixes of good songs. I'm just saying. At your party? Bro. There's like a Justin Bieber song. I'm like, how did you make a Justin Bieber song? Like,
sound like all reggae pop stuff?
Yeah,
dude. I've actually met someone who didn't like that. They're like, I hate these remixes. I'm like, sucks for you. We're going to play them. But, yeah, dude. This wouldn't be like Hermo if Hermo didn't plug his stuff because
we did that for JV. Go ahead.
I was about to say my name is Hermo, the official Hermo, HERMO, you know. That was cool. Y'all go follow me on TikTok, JHW691, add me on Snap at official Big Herm, and add me on Insta, official Hermo. Thanking you.
But it's been an honor, Herman. We're probably gonna have you on here again sometime soon.
Sir.
Just look at our schedule. It's probably fun right now.
How is it? Because the guy that was supposed to be here today, guys. If you didn't know this, I was a temporary fill-in. I was a substitute.
You're supposed to be here at least next week.
I was supposed to be here next week, but guess who came in clutch for today? Me.
Hermy.
No.
That's my little nickname for him.
Yo, Hermy here.
Hermy with the. I'm just kidding. I won't say it.
Big Wormy.
Alright, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you listened to this far, which if you haven't, I'm saying don't blame me. It's been 2 hours, so. There's gonna be that one person though.
Listen to it before it's green light on you guys. I'm just saying.
Pet peeve? What was it called? Peeve pigeon.
Oh yeah.
We're thinking about you.
If she's listening to a 2-hour podcast.
Yeah, if you're listening, Pete Pigeon, we'll get you on here sometime, maybe. We'll try.
Who's Pete Pigeon?
She's a YouTuber. She has like 1,000 something subscribers, and she watches our channel.
No, shot.
Shot.
Mm-hmm.
Shot.
What's up, Pete Pigeon?
She is kind of. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Actually, I can't say anything about how old she is. Alright, we're skipping that. Alright, well.
Wiggity word, we out.
Peace out, guys.
All right. Yeah. See ya. Bye.
No.
Do it. It's funny. Bye.
You already said how you-
Bye.